Death Note vs. Parasyte. The Maxim. How these stories teach us to handle the temptation of power. These two stories shed light on the idea of power and temptation and how does it affect people, especially young teenagers, when they are tested with great power. The famous quote in Spider-Man where Peter's uncle advises him that with great power comes great responsibility, it showed that the younger you are, the more chance you have to be corrupted by power. In these two stories, two teenagers are tempted with great power, but one loses himself in attaining it while the other tries to fight off this temptation and preserves his soul. If we look deeper why this happens, where one chooses power over morality and one chooses morality over power, we will see that how the surroundings around us can influence our decisions. Light Yagami was an unparalleled genius, and we see him mostly as a loner, who is bored from isolation and seeks something that would be fun and challenging. On the other hand, Shinichi is much more grounded, has friends and even has a crush on a girl. When Light gets tempted with the Death Note, there is no one to advise him about the consequences that this will have on his soul and personality. At one point, Light perhaps is not evil, but as he goes on a spree of writing names on the Death Note, he loses his humanity without him even realizing it. He gets corrupted with every single new name he writes on the Death Note and doesn't even realize that how far gone he is at that point. If we look at Shinichi, he similarly would have been on the same trajectory as Light, but as he is about to lose himself, he gets pulled back by his friends and family. Therefore, the message of these stories is that even the best of people need sound advice from close ones and friends to keep them in the right direction. Isolation is usually not a bad thing, can become bad as sometimes you need guidance or just a bond with someone to pull you from the unsolicited desires. Perhaps even the direction of Peter Parker would have been different if he did not have a great bond with his uncle and aunt. Similarly, Light could have been saved if only he had people to really guide him along the way, like Shinichi and Peter Parker.